Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartRadio. Welcome to Hunting for Answers, a true crime podcast. I'm your host, Hunter, and today we're discussing a case that took place in Detroit, Michigan on June 1st, 2024. This case exposes the devastating consequences when split-second police decisions go wrong, and how a moment of panic can destroy innocent lives. A young mother was enjoying a backyard party in her neighborhood when shots began to ring out. In the chaos that followed, she would become an unintended victim. By the time the smoke cleared, a young woman's life would hang in the balance, and a family would be left searching for answers. This is the story of Imani Peterson. Imani Peterson was just 19 years old, a young mother with her whole life ahead of her. She had a 4-year-old son and was navigating the early years of parenthood. On the night of June 1st, 2024, Imani was doing what many young people do on a Saturday night. She was enjoying time with friends and neighbors at a backyard party. The party was on Trinity Street in Detroit. It started as your typical get-together, where people come to celebrate and unwind. But this ordinary night would become anything but ordinary. It was just before 2 a.m. when the Detroit Police Department received multiple 911 calls saying shots had been fired in the area of Trinity and Florence Streets. The calls were urgent. Someone was shooting at the block party. Officers rushed to the 1600 block of Trinity Street, where dozens of people had gathered for what should have been a peaceful party. As police units converged onto the scene, adrenaline was high. They were reportedly responding to an active shooting situation. But what happened next would turn responders into the very threat they had came to stop. According to a federal lawsuit recently filed by Imani's family, the responding officers made a fatal mistake. As they entered the backyard where the party was taking place, one female officer stumbled and fell. She's referred to as Officer A in the lawsuit. In that moment of panic and confusion, she began firing her weapon into the crowd of partygoers. Simultaneously, another officer, referred to as Officer B in the lawsuit, also began shooting into the crowd. Imani Peterson was unarmed and posed no threat to anyone. Her family alleges she was struck in the abdomen by bullets fired by police. The bullets that hit Imani caused devastating internal injuries. She was rushed to the hospital, fighting for her life. For 15 days, her family maintained a bedside vigil, praying for a miracle. About 15 days after the shooting, in mid-June 2024, Imani Peterson succumbed to her injuries. The Detroit Police Department would later acknowledge that the female officer had wounded 2 innocent victims while responding to the block party. On June 3rd, 2024, just 2 days after the shooting, attorney Alvin L. Keel filed a federal lawsuit on behalf of Imani's mother, Syria Joy. The lawsuit painted a damning picture of police recklessness. The legal filing alleged that the officers had fired recklessly into a crowd of innocent partygoers. The lawsuit claimed that Imani was completely unarmed and posed no threat when she was struck by police bullets. But the family's legal action isn't just about the money. It's about accountability. They want answers about how trained police officers could make such a reckless mistake. Body cam footage from the incident was also released, potentially providing crucial evidence of what exactly transpired that night. But the footage is dark, and it's hard to make out who's who. Imani's death became part of a larger conversation about police accountability. The case highlights how quickly situations can spiral out of control and how the consequences of poor decision making, especially by law enforcement, can be irreversible. As of today, the legal proceedings continue. The federal lawsuit seeks justice for Imani and accountability from the Detroit Police Department. The family wants the officers responsible to face consequences for their actions. Imani's story is not just about one tragic night. It's about systemic failures, accountability, and the price innocent people pay when those failures occur. My thoughts and prayers are with the family and friends of Imani Peterson. As we close out this episode, don't forget to click the follow button to stay updated on Imani's case and others like it. Be sure to subscribe to Hunting for Answers on YouTube and follow us on Instagram and TikTok for more true crime updates. And if you are watching us on YouTube, let us know your thoughts on this case in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode. Until next time. Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network. For more podcasts from the Black Effect Podcast Network, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.